Hello, everybody.
It's Ransom and Michaela back with you, and guess what? We
Mr.
have little Gabriel here.
I feel like we are talking a little bit quieter because all the new parents know to get a little one to sleep is a job. And I mean, the hardest job that I've ever had in my life.
But the best job.
But the best job. Wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. We love this little guy so much, and he is just such a gift from God, such a blessing. And yeah, here he is, born April 9th, 3:21 p.m. The best date ever.
We feel so blessed, honestly. Yeah, so grateful to be his parents, and yeah, we love him so much.
I know right now you can't really see his face. We'll try to flip him at some point. But yes, he is growing each and every single day. Yeah. He's growing each and every single day. He, I would say, doesn't really have too much of a personality yet, or we don't know it because
He does give a few smiles though, especially when he gives it a little toot. He really likes when he toots.
Yeah, he's definitely a tutor, but
Yeah.
no, he basically eats and sleeps, and so we are in the newborn trenches, as they say. But for the most part, he's a pretty great sleeper.
He's a very content little boy as long as his
Needs are met.
he's fed, his diaper's changed, and he is burped.
Yes,
So
yes.
he's really a great little boy. So
And
we're
happy
grateful.
Resurrection Sunday. Today is Easter, and we are obviously celebrating that at home with this little one.
Yeah.
But we're just so grateful to God for all that he's done in our lives, especially right now during this season with the newborn. We
Yes.
couldn't be more grateful for this
Yeah,
time.
it really is special. It was something that we were thinking about. You know, we realized how close he was going to be born to Easter. We were even wondering if maybe he would be born the week of Easter because his due date was actually
A week
Wednesday,
later.
the 16th. But yeah, it's just such a amazing, representation of new life. And obviously that's what this day represents, Christ rising from the grave and the new life that we have. And so, yeah, and little Gabriel, he is just a beautiful blessing and reminder of that. So
Yes, so our birth story is pretty, I feel like, straightforward now in hindsight.
yeah, right.
I mean, if I could have a birth
Oh.
experience the way that I had with Gabriel each
Yes.
time, I wouldn't have a problem with that whatsoever, because I would say that I had a pretty positive experience. He came a week early, so
I thought you were meaning like everything leading up to us having him, like the pregnancy story. But
no, yeah,
yes,
The
the
preg-
birthing process.
the pregnancy journey was definitely a challenge, but we had a very redemptive birthing experience in the
Yes.
hospital, I would say.
Yes.
But yeah, so he came a week early, right on the dot. April 16th was his due date. He came April 9th. And probably gonna have to put him down. Ooh.
Ooh, and he tooted.
Yeah, so I had an OB appointment the prior week to my delivery, and I was already 3 centimeters dilated, and so I felt like I needed to go to the hospital when I started to feel contractions, just because
Well, you thought you might be more
I
dilated.
thought I would be further along. When I got to the hospital, I was still at 3 centimeters. And so they watched me for about 2 hours, and I had only dilated 1 more centimeter. So I was at 4 centimeters, and they decided to break my water. And once my water broke, those contractions that I was feeling that I thought were manageable became much more intense very quickly. And so I decided to get the epidural. And once I got the epidural, I fell asleep. I was so comforted by it. I mean, literally felt nothing, that took a nap. I literally took a nap. I asked the nurse, I said, when women get the epidural, do they like take naps? Because that's what I feel like doing. She said, hey, by all means, if you want to take a nap, go right ahead. And
So
so,
they took this ball
yeah,
while she was taking a nap, this nurse, which she was a wonderful nurse,
yeah,
and they took, it's basically like
yoga
a
ball
yoga
or,
ball, but it was kind of in like a peanut shape, I would say. And they put it between Michaela's legs, and she said, I'm gonna get this baby to come down and we're gonna get you further dilated. And then
yeah,
Michaela was tired, so she went to sleep basically sideways with a ball between her legs. And me and Michaela's mom, we were in the room and we went to sleep too. We were tired because we got to the hospital at 5 in the morning. And then we were all sleeping. We woke up an hour and a half later probably, and the nurse came in and said,
you are 10 centimeters dilated. It is time to push. And that was to all of our surprise because, like I said, I felt absolutely nothing.
mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Yeah, the nurse even asked you, oh, you're having a really big contraction right now. Do you feel anything?
Yeah. And I was like, nope. So I started to push, and basically
the doctor wasn't even there
the
yet.
doctor hadn't arrived yet, just because they thought that it would probably take longer for me to be dilated all the way to 10. And I started to push without my doctor, but then my doctor showed up and delivered precious Gabriel. I don't know how long I pushed for. I probably pushed for like,
I'd
you
say
said
like
an
good
hour,
45 minutes.
45
good 45
minutes, yeah.
minutes. Yeah,
45.
and it wasn't constant because they got to a point where they wanted to wait for our good doctor to come. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, he came at 3:21, and I felt pretty good, honestly. When I was pushing, the most difficult part was not feeling anything, just because you don't really feel the pressure. And so I had to really depend on my upper body strength and my abs to really feel myself pushing.
And you couldn't even move your legs really because they were so numb. So
Yeah.
I had to, along with the nurse, we had to help Michaela get her legs into position to push. So
I would say the harder part actually has been postpartum. It wasn't the delivery. It's actually right now adjusting to being a mom and the new sleep pattern, the sleep deprivation, and I'm nursing, so it's a constant giving of just myself and not really even focusing on myself too much. My whole energy and mind is always on this little guy, which, as I said, I wouldn't trade for the world, but it is a new norm. It is a new life abruptly. You don't have time to recover from labor and delivery. You just go straight into, now you're taking care of a human being and all of their needs. They're completely dependent.
And they only kept us at the hospital for 24 hours. So, they kept us overnight the night that he was born, and then the next day they had a few tests that he had to pass, and he passed them with flying colors. And they said, if you guys want to, you're welcome to go home. And so we felt, well, it'll be much more comfortable to be at home. But we will say the first night it was like, wow, maybe we could have used those nurses' help a little bit, because we were still trying to figure out the swaddle and we were still trying to figure it all out. But
we didn't sleep at all. We probably got 1 to 2 hours of sleep that night.
Yeah.
But we're just over the moon. We're in newborn bliss, and we wanted to share this moment with you all because you have come along with us for some of our journey, from the IVF process to the short cervix stint when I was in the hospital on bed rest, and now we're here. So we're just so thankful to God for his power and his grace, mercy, all of it, provision, faithfulness.
Exactly. It really is a testament and a testimony, and we will always look on this little boy, and as he grows, and just be reminded of God's faithfulness unto us. And we're so grateful, and we feel so blessed to be his parents, and that we get to share him. He's already been such a blessing to grandparents and siblings, and we just know that he's gonna bring so much joy to so many people, which is, yeah, so exciting to see.
So we have a little bit of our story. We vlogged just a tiny bit of the delivery, and so here's that right now. Love you so much. Okay, we are headed to the hospital, and it is around 4:50.
How are you feeling, beauty?
Mild contractions.
We're here.